Hello, it's Fabio Malaspina with Patriots on the fly. Today I'll show you to tie the yellow humpy. Hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you next week.
Okay, we're gonna tie the yellow Humpy. I already put hook on my vest. It's a Daiichi 1180 size 10 dry fly hook. I am going to use some 140 UDC thread in yellow. I'm gonna start with my thread about halfway down the hook shank. I'm gonna cut the butt end of the thread off. And I'm gonna bring my thread backwards towards the curve of the hook. Then I'm going to get some moose hair, maybe 10, 15 fibers. I'm gonna cut them from the hide. I am going to pull any underfur, any short hair. I'm going to cut the butt ends. This is gonna make it easier to stack it. I am going to put the moose hair into my air stacker. I'm gonna stack it. I'm gonna open my air stacker, grab the moose hair by the tips, and we want to measure these. I'm gonna pull this one here. It's long-ish. We want this to be the length of the hook shank. I'm gonna move that measurement over, spin my thread, my bodkin here, and lock that moose hair in place, like so. I'm gonna come back to, again, halfway down the hook shank. I'm gonna lift all this moose hair up, cut it off. I'm going to use my thread to cover those butt ends. And I'm gonna build a uniform body here for the yellow body, which is gonna be the underbody for this fly. Already. Again, very important that you don't go past halfway down the hook shank, because we're gonna have to still build the wing and other things. So now I'm gonna get some bleached elk hair. I'm going to get a generous clump here. I'm gonna lift it up. I wanna cut this as close as I can to the hide. I'm gonna need to use pretty much the whole length of this hair. I'm going to grab it by the tips and remove any short hairs or any underfur. I'm going to insert the elk hair into my stacker. I'm going to stack the elk hair. I'm going to open the stacker, grab the elk hair by the tips, and we want for this to be the length of the hook shank and including the tail. So I'm going to something like that. So I'm gonna grab it right here, cut the elk hair at a blunt with a blunt cut. I'm gonna spin my bobbin holder to tighten that thread. I'm gonna run that thread between my fingers on my left hand, and then capture down the elk hair tips, like so. And I'm gonna pull the elk hair up, as we want the elk hair to be on top of the hook shank. And then I'm going to come back, go over the elk hair, and keep all those hide all those pieces of elk hair that are sticking out as much as I can already. So now I'm going to lift the elk hair up and pull it forward like so. Again, counter spin my bobbin holder and secure with a couple of tight wraps that elk hair in place. So now we created that yellow hump. I'm going to lift the elk hair up and build a dam in front of it, which is going to help keep the elk hair up. And as we're going to use the tips to build the wing for this fly. I'm going to come back here and continue working the elk hair. So now I'm going to get my bodkin and I'm going to do my best to separate the elk hair so I can make two equal size wings. Then I'm going to use my thread to separate them, and I'm doing figure 8 wraps. Again, take your time as you do this step. I'm going to go in front again. Okay, so now I'm going to bring my thread back behind the wings. I'm going to get a brown and a grizzly hackle. And I'm going to make sure that the dull sides face one another. So fundamentally, you want the shiny sides of these feathers looking outside. So then I'm going to pull some of the fibers, and I want to expose some of the stem. Like so. And I'm going to secure those stems behind the wing and in front of the wing with a few thread wraps. And I'm going to stop with my thread one eyelet away from the eyelet of the hook. I'm going to get the brown hackle. I'm going to palmer that behind the wing a couple of times. Let me get my hackle pliers. And then I'm going to go in front of the wings a couple of times. I'm going to lift the hackle up and secure it with a couple of thread wraps. And now I can reach in with my scissors and cut that hackle off. I am going to repeat the same step with the grizzly hackle. 2 wraps behind the elk hair wings and 2 or 3 wraps in front. I'm going to lift the hackle up. I'm going to go with my thread and secure that in place. I'm going to reach in with my scissors, cut the hackle off, I'm going to use my bodkin, which is a half-inch tool at the end, and I'm going to use that to finish the fly. I like to use this tool as it is going to allow me not to trap too many fibers. If you know, as if I were using the whip finisher. So I like this one better when I'm doing dry flies. Okay, now the head is finished. I'm gonna reach in with my scissors, cut that thread as close as I can. There's one L-care fiber here that I pulled. And there you have it, the yellow humpy. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And we'll see you next week.